Hey, Stewart's Chapel, this is Don Pierson. Don counts behind the camera, and this is Saturday's, October the 9th, devotion. And we're looking at the fourth of the Gospels that record the cleansing of the temple. We're in Luke chapter 19. Now, the actual event is found in verse 45 through 48 of Luke 19, but there is something that is recorded by Luke before the cleansing of the temple that is unique to Luke. And so we'll start with verse 41 of chapter 19 of Luke. Now, as Jesus drew near, that is to Jerusalem, he saw the city and he wept over it. Jesus is coming to Jerusalem. This is the Holy Week. This is going to be his last time there, before the resurrection anyway. It says, when he comes and sees it, he weeps. Now he says something. Listen to what he says. If you had known, even you, especially in this your day, the things that make for your peace. Now look what he's going to do. He's going to pronounce a very fine, definite moment that is taking place. Theologically, this is another example of the legal limit of sin being overstepped by God's people. And Jesus declares they've gone too far. He says, but now they are hidden from your eyes. For the days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment around you, surround you, and close you in on every side. They will level you and your children within you to the ground. They will not leave in you one stone upon another. Why? Because you did not know the time of your visitation. Then Jesus went into the temple. He began to drive out those who bought and sold in it, saying to them, it is written, my house is a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. And he was teaching daily in the temple, but the chief priests and the scribes and the leaders of the people sought to destroy him and were unable to do anything, for all the people were very attentive to him. So what is the uniqueness in this scripture? It is Jesus' response and his prophecy prior to him marching into the cleansing of the temple. Understand, Jesus is coming to Jerusalem. The temple is the main thing he sees. He weeps over it. He pronounces a judgment. That judgment upon them comes because they have missed their visitation. What is their visitation? The Messiah has come and they have missed the Messiah. God, Emmanuel, has come and they have missed God. Immediately after saying that they have missed God and his visitation, he marches to the temple and he cleanses the temple. Why go from saying that and going to the temple? The temple had one purpose primarily, and that is to help people have a visitation or a meeting with God. Our places of worship have one primary purpose, and that is to make sure that no one misses a divine visitation or meeting with God. And this temple and the people thereof are going to have to go. It will have to be destroyed. It will have to be cleansed. Why? Because it is no longer fulfilling its purpose of helping people have a visitation from God. It actually stood in the way. It actually was a hindrance a stumbling block. It's not just the money changers. The whole temple and everything about it was in the way of people having a visitation from God. And so Jesus, John makes you smile and go, yeah, Jesus. Mark makes you laugh, almost giggle. Yeah, I can see him now standing guard with that whip in his hand. As somebody has said, you can't come through, you got to go all the way around. Matthew wants to make you jump up and shout because a blind man or a lame man or a child has come in and been embraced by Jesus. But Luke, the cleansing of the temple of Luke make you want to say, it didn't have to be that way. It didn't have to be that way. The very thing that was supposed to help people know God should always be the very thing that help people know God. I hope it is true at your place of worship. I hope that your place of worship is not a place where God grieves because people who are looking for God are prevented from having a visitation with God. Love you, Stewart's Chapel.